Assalamualaikum, my name is K. Fasiha Irfan binti Hamzaka. My matrix number H22A0196. Today I want to present about our report. The title of our report is Cultural Heritage Tourism in Malaysia, Issues and Challenge. In this chapter, researcher will talk about problems related to cultural heritage and tourism in Malaysia. The introduction to Chapter 1 is followed by a summary of the historical framework of the study in this chapter. Chapter 1 also includes the problem statement for the selected topic and the requirement for starting this investigation. The book first chapter also explains and examines the subject and purpose of the study. We shall go into more detail on the significance of word, definition and studies in a later section of this chapter. Chapter 1 will conclude with a summary or analysis of the topic, which is the challenges and issues related to Malaysia, tourism and cultural heritage.
My name is Hawa Aina Afifah binti Abdul Fikri. My matric number is H22A0161. I will present about background of study. Researchers from University Malaysia Kelantan conducted a study on Malaysia's cultural heritage in tourism. The study examined data from 20 respondents and found that the country's cultural, economic, and social heritage issues are reducing tourist arrival. The new institutional economics NIE paradigm offers a potential solution, considering not only economic performance but also human capacity, community capacity, and ecological, social, and environmental sustainability. The study also considers potential effects on neighborhoods, transaction costs, cost allocation, and incentive from heritage tourism. The findings are further examined in the last chapter with consequence, limitations, and recommendations for further research. Research problem. The heritage tourism industry in Malaysia faces challenges due to the mix of tourism, preservation, and culture. State tourism departments are increasingly assisting in heritage resource development, while preservation organizations sell their sites to tourists. To build a successful cultural heritage tourism industry, issues need to be reviewed, including the perspective of tourism operators, cultural heritage managers, and communities. Tour operators face obstacles in reaching destinations and relying on seasonal markets. Heritage managers must preserve and safeguard locations, while local communities may be interested in growing tourism but also want to protect their privacy. Therefore, determining community requirements, interests, and goals is critical for heritage site operations, developments, and planning. There is our research objective. First, to examine the relationship between cultural and cultural heritage tourism. Second, to identify the relationship between economic and cultural heritage tourism. The last one, to determine the relationship between social sustainability and cultural heritage tourism.
This is our research question. First, what's our relationship between cultural and the cultural heritage tourism? Second, what's our relationship between economic and the cultural heritage tourism? And last, what's our relationship between social sustainability and cultural heritage tourism? Significance of study. The content of a study determines its significance. It concerns the way in which research impacts and progresses a specific field of inquiry. Moreover, the significance of understanding will accept the study conclusion and the what's level. Researchers determine the effect on society of culture, heritage and tourism. Economic benefit cultural redevelopment and infrastructure advancement such as the conservation of classic building and the implementation of visitor center are among the many effects of culture, heritage and tourism the Dex research discover. Our research is significant because it will deepen our awareness of the problem and obstacle influencing nature, tourism, heritage and culture. Definition of term cultural. Culture refers to a group, share ideas, values, practice, behavior, and artifact often originating from specific place. It encompasses knowledge, belief, art, law, convention, abilities, and habit influenced by adaptation and socialization process. Heritage. Dorsford English Dictionary defines heritage as property, invaluable item, or historical or cultural significance that should be preserved. It emphasizes the importance of generation and survival and can be defined as tangible objects like real asset, structure, or location that can be owned and passed down to the future generation. Tourists. Tourists defined in academic journal as the annual stay individual in a different location for business, pleasure, or other reasons encompasses both domestic and foreign travel, encompassing various forms like business, sport, and medical tourism. Economic. Economic is the study of society's production, distribution, and consumption of valuable commodities, commodities focusing on resource distribution, pricing, and market behavior influenced by financial incentive and individual business and government. Social sustainability. Social sustainability is an ideal condition of well-being achieved through long-term balancing and generation equality through social, economic, and environmental interaction. It involves achieving justice and peace across socio-cultural groups, fostering mutual non-exploitative relationship and controlling the effect of system, procedure, and activity on individual and social interaction.
Hi, Assalamualaikum, and my name is Muhammad Fidaizani bin Ahmayani, and my number is H22A1269. So today I would like to present for the chapter 2, which is literature review. Okay, for the introductions, the primary goal of a literature review on cultural heritage tourism in Malaysia is to determine whether it will play a significant role in the sustainable cultural, social, and economic development of communities. Besides that, this chapter will go over the issues and challenge of cultural, economic, and social sustainability on tourism in Malaysia. The goal of this chapter was to offer values on the independent and dependent variables of the study. Okay, next, dependent variables. A dependent variable is one that shifts as a result of the manipulation of the independent variable. Okay, for the first one, sustainable cultural development. This means that the cultural heritage tourism is managed in a way that preserves and enhances the cultural values and traditions of the local communities while also generating economic and social benefit for them. Okay, secondly is social development of communities. This means that the cultural heritage tourism contributes to improving the quality of life and well-being of the local communities by creating opportunities for education, employment, healthcare, social service, and civic engagement. Okay, thirdly, economic development of communities. This means that the cultural heritage tourism generates income and wealth for the local communities by creating direct and indirect employment opportunities for them.
Okay, we move to the independent variable. Culture. Cultural heritage is important for tourism and it has many values. It can be damaged or destroyed, so is it essential to protect it? Cultural heritage interpretation is vital for understanding and appreciating cultural heritage. Cultural heritage tourism is travel to experience the past and the present. Its many objectives include conversation, interpretation, and creating authentic visitor experience. Malaysia has a rich culture heritage that attracts tourists. However, it faces challenges from urbanization and development. Cultural heritage tourism is a promising alternative in tourism sector. It has become more prevalent in recent years. Cultural heritage tourism is good for the economy because it attracts visitors who spend money on local businesses. This creates jobs and help the economy grow. In Malaysia, cultural heritage tourism is a significant source of income, but it's essential to manage the money from tourists carefully so that it benefits everyone and protects cultural heritage site. Measuring the economic impact of cultural heritage tourism is necessary to make good decisions about managing it. There are things we can do to make cultural heritage tourism more sustainable, such as marketing it well, improving infrastructure, and involving local communities. Cultural heritage tourism can be a great way to boost the economy, but it's essential to do it in a way that is sustainable and benefits everyone. Independent variable number 3. Social sustainability. Social sustainability is essential in cultural heritage tourism because it helps to ensure that tourism benefits local community and protects their culture. When done right, tourism can create jobs, preserve cultural heritage, and foster positive interaction between tourists and residents. However, planning and managing tourism development must be carefully designed to avoid the negative impacts such as overcrowding, culture commodification, and conflict between tourists and residents. One way to achieve social sustainability in cultural heritage tourism is to involve local communities in decision making. This means giving them a say in developing tourism and ensuring they share the economic benefits. Community-based tourism initiatives are an excellent example of the approach. Okay, we'll move to the part relationship between culture, economic social sustainability, and cultural heritage tourism. Cultural sustainability is all about preserving and promoting the cultural heritage of a place. These include protecting historical sites, traditional way of life, and local language. Culture, Cultural sustainability is important because it makes cultural heritage tourism more authentic and exciting for visitors. Second, economic sustainability is about making money for tourism in a way that benefits the local community and protects cultural heritage. This means charging fair tour price, reinvesting profit into the community, and avoiding damage to cultural sites. Third, social sustainability is about ensuring the tourism benefits the local community and doesn't cause any harm. This means involving local people in tourism decision making, ensuring they get a fair share of the profit and respecting their culture and traditions.
Okay, next we go to hypothesis. The following hypotheses had been developed and were to be evaluated on the study. Actually, we have two types of hypothesis. For the first one is null hypothesis. For the first point, there is no relationship between cultural and cultural heritage tourism that can be successful. Second point is there is no relationship between economic and cultural heritage tourism in Malaysia. Third point is there is no relationship between social sustainability and cultural heritage tourism. Okay, for the second types of hypothesis is alternative hypothesis. Okay, for the first point is there is a relationship between cultural and cultural heritage tourism. Second, there is a relationship between economic and cultural heritage tourism. Third, there is a relationship between social sustainability and cultural heritage tourism. Okay, for the conceptual framework, the independent variables are cultural, economic, and social sustainability. Meanwhile, the independent variable is cultural heritage tourism in Malaysia.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Faiza binti Fazri and my meeting number H22A0240. Chapter 3 Methodology. Introduction. This chapter explains the research methodology which involves collecting, organizing and analyzing data to address the study objective and answer main question. It assesses the validity and reliability of the study and consider target demographic and challenge. The main component of the research method include research technique, data collection method, sampling strategies, fieldwork plan, and analysis plan. The methodology chapter should explain the process used to conduct the study and how the chosen approach is more suitable for the study aim and objective. Study design. The study used a qualitative design method focused on understanding and interpreting the meaning of individual or group in relation to social or human problem. Qualitative research involves in-depth exploration through interview, observation, and textual or visual data, focus on research and depth of understanding. The research aims to collect information about the problem and difficulties faced by tourists in the Malaysia culture heritage tourism industry. Population. Takrim 2006 defined a population as complete group of people, event or item of interest. Research study a sample or subject of the population to make valid inference. In the study, 20 tourists visiting culture heritage tourism placed in Malaysia are the target population. Sample size. Sample size is the number of subjects selected from the general population for a study, crucial for research design and statistical analysis. It affects the reliability and generability of finding. The optimal sample size depends on research objective, confidence level, expected effect size, and data variability. Researchers use statistical formula, power analysis, or previous research to determine the appropriate sample size. The entire cohort the research looked at consisted of 19 tourists. Sampling method. Sampling technique, a method used to select a subject of individual or element from a large population for study. The choice depends on the study objective and population characteristic. There are two types of sampling technique, which is probability and non-probability. Non-probability sampling is used in case studies and qualitative research focus on a small sample. Purposive sampling is used for participants who are easily available, convenient, or related to the study.
Next, I'm going to present about research instrument. The researchers using qualitative data collection method such as questionnaire, observation method, and interviews to identify the issue and challenges of cultural heritage tourism in Malaysia. The questionnaire was designed using Google Form and contains two parts. Part A is about demographic information such as gender, age, race, and years of study, while Part B focusing on independent variables such as culture, economy, and social sustainability. A Likert scale was used as a measurement tool to evaluate respondents' opinion on the topic. Next, about the data collection procedure. The data for these studies was analyzed using statistical software as SNO, the Statistical Package for Social Science (SPSS). A regression analysis was conducted to test hypotheses about the relationship between culture, economy, and social sustainability and cultural heritage tourism in Malaysia. Next, we are looking at the data analysis. Data analysis organizes and sorts data into pattern, category, and basic description unit for themes and hypotheses. This research study using descriptive statistics, regression analysis method, and person correlation analyzed using Statistical Package for Social Science (SPSS), a widely used software in healthcare, marketing, and education.
Expected result. Malaysia's rich cultural heritage attracts tourists, but faces challenges like overcrowding, unauthenticity, and unequal benefits. To address this, effective planning, empowering local community, and sustainable practice are key. This includes regulating tourist flow, involving locals in decision making, responsible visitor behavior, and cultural sensitivity. By tackling these challenges, Malaysia can leverage cultural heritage tourism for economic benefits, cultural preservation, and community empowerment.
Last but not least, about the conclusion of this research, the study examines the challenges and issues of cultural heritage tourism in Malaysia, focusing on the relationship between culture, tourism, economy, and social sustainability. It explored the impact of cultural heritage tourism on local community, balancing tourism growth with cultural integrity, and the impact of parental involvement. The studies also investigate the challenges faced by tourists in Malaysia. Cultural heritage tourism industry using a qualitative design method.